Part of what Goza is about is taking the intimidation out of tequila. Goza means enjoy or to have fun. Without the margarita, I don't even know if there is tequila.
Right. Hello everybody, this is Wesley, founder of Cocktail Chronicles. This is Coverage on Location edition. And today we have Jacob Gluck with us, the CEO of Goza Tequila. And we're going to be learning more about this Atlanta-based tequila company. Hi Jacob, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm excellent. Where are you from originally?
I'm from here, Atlanta.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Born and raised. I went to college at University of Maryland, College Park, so it's right, it's DC, essentially.
I'm familiar with it. Mm-hmm.
So I worked in DC, a stockbroker for a couple of years. Very educational. I do like the stock market, but felt more entrepreneurial, and if you're going to take a risk, you want to do it when you're younger. You don't have all the things you would have, wife, a kid, a mortgage, whatever it is. Right. Came back to Atlanta. What I did know is I wanted to do something different, and ideally I could start a business. Long story short is, got connected with a producer of tequila.
So let's sip and
let's sip, and then I can sort of talk about the taste a little bit. Now you've had, or no?
No, I have not had Goza.
Oh, you haven't?
I have not.
Oh,
this
wonderful.
Is my first time. So people just know.
Prepare for a smooth experience.
That it's my first time.
So give it a smell. This is of course room temperature, but
it smells good.
It smells, yeah, it's a Highland tequila, so it has more of that like herbal, fruity kind of smell. And some people are like, they think we flavored it or something. I'm like, no, it just smells good. It's good stuff. So you just sip on it a little bit. Isn't that smooth?
Yeah.
It's palatable.
And we're drinking it straight.
Yeah, at room temperature.
And it doesn't have a strong bite. One thing I tell people is that oftentimes consumers think that it has to have a strong bite to it going down the palate for it to be, I guess, real alcohol or strong. And I try to tell consumers that the smoother it is going down the palate, the better it is. Whereas people think if they don't taste it or if it doesn't have that bite, that it's not good alcohol.
I appreciate that. So, looking out onto the shelves, I saw a lot of the same really masculine, square, stocky bottles. There you go. And so I think, the Patrons and the 1800s, and they're beautiful bottles, but they have a similar look, very traditional looking. Part of what Goza is about is taking the intimidation out of tequila. For better or worse, there is an intimidation factor with tequila. Not for everyone, but for a lot of people. They had some story from college, right, where they just drank too much and maybe it wasn't the highest quality tequila. And it's just like, the premiumization of tequila has been happening for the last 10 years. Really, Patron led that, hey, tequila is something that can be sipped on. It can be expensive, it can be premium. And so in this bottle, part of it is about taking the intimidation out of tequila.
Okay.
At the end of the day, someone has to be able to walk into a liquor store and say, I can see myself drinking that.
Right.
Also wanted the bottle to be gender neutral, not just so masculine, I suppose. And wanted men and women to like it. But you can get this bottle between $30 and $35, depending where you go. And Reposado. So we have 3 different types. Should I get into that? Or
No, that was going to be my next question. You got 3, not flavors, but 3 different premium levels, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, I say types because what it is aging.
Right.
So Reposado means rested. That's been aged for 6 months in white oak barrels, and it gets its darker color from the barrel itself. But you're right, we haven't flavored it, we haven't added anything, we've taken this, put it in a barrel. And Añejo is even more aged, it's aged a year. And if you like vodka, what we found is this might be your drink.
Okay.
If you like more whiskey, you might like the aged stuff.
Okay.
It's not like
it turns a little bit more brown,
even darker
as you age it.
Right.
So, taste-wise, how does this compare for those viewers of ours that's watching? How does this compare to a Patron?
Objectively or subjectively?
Both. Give us both.
I prefer ours. I guess it's not a surprise. But in terms of how it compares objectively, I think they're somewhat similar.
Okay.
You get to a certain point, I think, with tequila, especially when you get into a premium, where it does become subjective in the sense that it's not necessarily better, and everyone will say it's better. Some people are going to have the palate where they might like Patron, some might like Goza more, but at the end of the day, that's where branding comes in.
Right.
That's the difference.
Marketing.
I mean, if you buy LeBron James shoe, are you going to play basketball any better? No. And then does Nike, when they use LeBron shoes, what, $300?
Mm-hmm.
They don't go get the special rubber from China to make it. Same stuff that's in the $50.
Right.
Now that's not an apples to apples comparison, but
Right.
it's branding.
Right.
Great tequila soda, tequila
Right.
cranberry. The truth is, it can tequila ginger. Anything you can mix vodka with, you can do tequila. People don't know
Right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
That's again intimidation. People say this looks like a vodka bottle. I say great. People are not intimidated generally by vodka.
Right.
They always have it around the house. They know it can mix, and it's the same
Right.
thing. So that education part has been important to us, has been a part of our growth, and I think will always be. Patron's a competitor, sure, but really vodka is really the competitor.
Mhm.
One could argue that Grey Goose is more the competition. A lot of it is about just getting people to think tequila. When people ask how they should drink it, I like to say, well, how do you drink your vodka? I say, okay, vodka, soda, great, tequila soda, tequila
Right.
cranberry. The truth is, it can tequila ginger. Anything you can mix vodka with, you can do tequila. People don't know
Right.
that.
For the entrepreneurs that are out there watching, what gets you through? What keeps you going? Because again, it's so many moments where you want to give up, and then there's so many 12, 16, 24-hour, 40-hour nights,
Mm-hmm.
days.
Right.
What pushes you through?
Well, I had a good support system, and there are other team members now on the team, and through some of those times. But at the very beginning, the first 9, 12 months was just me. In those times, I think I've never read about a successful person that didn't have a really tough time. That was one of the things I continue to tell myself. Is if it was, I know it's cliche, if it was easy, everyone would do it. But even one step further, you really can't sing the blues unless you felt the pain, so to speak.
Right.
You can't, it's amazing how many things can only be learned the hard way.
Right.
You can't learn the same. Someone
Right.
tell you, look, avoid this mistake or do that, or you have to. So when you come out the other side, you needed almost the training, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because the decisions get intense and disappointment could get still more intense. But ultimately, emotional stamina.
Right.
I mean-
So, for those right here in Atlanta, Georgia, that's where a good piece of our followers are they able to go to the liquor store and get
Oh
it?
yeah. This is our main. We're in Georgia, and then we're also in Nashville and Chattanooga. But Atlanta we only came to the market April last year.
Okay.
So we're month 13.
Mm-hmm.
We're in Georgia, maybe 120 liquor stores. Greens, both of them. Tower, both of them. Those are some of our biggest stores. Smyrna World of Beverage. If you go to our site, gozatequila.com, there's a where to find us, and you just put in your zip code and it shows all the stores. So we're in a little over 100 liquor stores, and we're in about 300 bars and restaurants in the city. So Atlanta, we say Mexico grown, Atlanta zone. Atlanta is important to all of us in the company. But I'd like to talk about at least cocktails that can be made at home simply. Well, outside the margarita, of course. I really like Goza with ginger ale. I really do. I think tequila and ginger ale, I'm going to give you simple cocktails here.
Mm-hmm.
Is amazing. People haven't thought about it, or who haven't thought about it should try it. There's a drink called the Paloma, which is a really popular tequila cocktail, Paloma. And basically, it's tequila with grapefruit soda, which is essentially Fresca. It's awesome. You have tequila sunrise, which is OJ and grenadine. If you don't have grenadine, you can use cranberry juice, and that's fine too. These are all amazing drinks that, goes as smooth on its own. When you mix it, it's dangerously smooth. I want you to know that it's run by me and people like me. I think that's important too.
Right.
We're not fat cats sitting up in a tower. It's run by people who are extremely passionate about the product. And when you try it, you'll be able to tell. We take it really, really seriously, but we like to have fun. And there's no idea too crazy that we're not going to be open to. And we really want to be inventive and creative with the way that we go about this. That's really the only way we can be successful. We can't go be better at what Patron does than Patron. It's not going to happen, so to speak. We're creating our own path. And I think that's important. That's what I would want to say, basically.
All right, excellent. So you've heard it firsthand from Jacob, the CEO of Goza Tequila, right here from Atlanta, Georgia. So go out and support and learn more about Goza at cocktailcron.com.